When I first met Skilla, I didn't even know Skilla. I knew what Skilla was, but I didn't know him personally. That's what I'm about to say. I didn't know him personally,
Hmm.
but Tay knew me, so Tay kind of told Skilla like that's my boy. You feel me? And Skilla was
Right.
like, oh, it's up there. Like I'm gonna show you some love for sure, and he did. So I mean, I really just get those opportunities by just talking for real and making myself put myself out there. That's all you got to do for real. That I ain't gonna lie. I'll say that's some advice right there. Just talk. You know what I'm saying? Network because you never know where somebody can take you to.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Kel's Big Little World. For our new listeners over on this channel, I'm Kel, and I interview guests from all around the world to explore their beliefs, careers, and day to day life, all to reveal that we are united in something greater, a shared journey through this big little world we call home. Today, we'll be talking to a young man who has invested in time and energy in shedding light on people from his world. He once said, "I'm not here for the money, I'm focused on making a movement." Well, I'm excited to announce that despite the age of our upcoming guest, he has already taken on the challenge of leading a movement for his community. With that being said, let's welcome our upcoming guest, Demetrious Yancy. Demetrious Yancy is the CEO and founder of a luxury streetwear brand named Trenches. He launched his brand as a senior in high school, attending the illustrious Tech in Detroit, Michigan. His brand has since followed him to Michigan State University in 2023. He says his motivation for his brand was to show people that they could overcome any challenges that life may throw at them. Thus, Meech is not just the CEO or brand owner, but he is a role model of what it looks like to make it out the trenches and on to bigger things. So, you're the CEO and founder of Trenches. Tell us a little bit about your brand.
Okay, my name is Demetrious Yancy. I'm the founder of a clothing company called Trenches, and the meaning behind Trenches is no matter where you come from or what you go through in life, you can persevere to the next level. I started my senior year. I'm currently a freshman in college, and yeah,
So, what are some of the things that you've like overcame that kind of helps you build the identity behind Trenches?
some of the things that I overcame was I ain't gonna lie, it's like a lot that I overcame for real. Um, I overcame like poverty. Uh, let me think of everything. So I could just get it done at one time. I done overcame poverty, faced like a lot of challenges, you feel me? Having to support myself, like really the trenches for real. I don't know, I just overcame a lot of bad situations and I was like, I know there's other people out there that's going through stuff like me, and I want to let them know that it's okay. So that's what made me really start my brand. It was like everything that I had to overcome.
So, did that stem from like a specific, like personal experience? Like, okay, this one specific experience made me want to start this brand, or was it just like everything?
I think it was everything. I ain't gonna say I think. I know it was everything together because I done been through so much stuff in my life. Like I tell a story like on here, like just so people could really figure out like what I'm talking about. Cause I don't be giving great details, but I give great details today. So when I was 6, my birth mother passed away, and I didn't even find out that was my birth mother until the 4th grade. So like that hurt me like down deep in the inside. And then I looked at my siblings, that's my blood siblings, I thought was my cousins, and they wasn't really doing nothing with their lives for real. So I'm like,
Mhm.
I'm Dana the golden child, I'm the youngest. Like I gotta make something happen and go ahead and get to it. And they all got a different story behind them. And it was just like growing up, like I just seen so much, been through so much. It was just like, but I'ma still not let it get to me. I'ma still be me. You feel me?
Yeah. Where did the
Yeah.
name come from, Trenches?
It's crazy because the name Trenches came from like at first when I was gonna start my clothing brand, I was gonna have different sets of like shirts and stuff I would make. So trenches essentially was a set. So it wasn't even like oh it's gonna be my brand. But I had a dream and it was a dream that I was in, you know Miss Gordon, right?
Hmm.
And I was in Miss Gordon class and somebody was like, where that hoodie come from? And it was on the back of it, it was like a house, like a picture of a house, and I was already saying like that would identify as trenches. So like I
Mm.
was like, okay, I know, like God just told me like go hard with this one. So I went in my notes and I just pinpointed it out like trenches, and I'm like, okay, bet, let's run with it. And I'm like, that's something that identifies me and something I like will be passionate with the rest of my life too. So you know.
Did you have like a lot of people supporting you or like helping you with this, or was it like? Just you
Right now, I'm not gonna lie. Well, you talk about like an inside support or like outside support?
inside.
Okay, let's talk. Okay, inside support. When I first started, it really was just me. Like I got it out the mud, grinded all by myself. Like, like of course I was like looking up YouTube videos and asking questions to like gain as much, like information. But it was really just me. And then as I was going along, shout out one of my mentors, Mr. Bingham. He told me he was like, in the business, there's so many hats, right? And he was like, I applaud you for wearing so many hats, but at the same time, you're not needed in all of those spaces as much as you think you are. He was like, you should focus on where you needed at the most, and it'll help your business grow. So that made me like start and create like a team of people that help me with like certain stuff. So right now, I got a team. My team definitely supports me. You feel me? But yeah, I mean, like my team support me. Yeah.
So what does the behind the scenes work look like, going into it?
Like going into a brand.
Yeah.
The behind the scenes work is insane. Like I think I'm gonna start doing behind the scenes content more because like people see stuff that I do and be like it's sweet, but like they don't really know how much hours and like
Mm-hmm.
it's just not easy. So behind the scenes, it really look like up all night sometimes. Having to really like know how to manage your time, having to know how to stay positive for sure. It's so many ups and downs. Like behind the scenes, like I give an example. Like let's say if you talk to your manufacturer, right, and he say, okay, your shipment gonna be in the next 2 weeks, right? So everybody waiting in the next 2 weeks for you to drop. They don't care about what's going on behind the scenes. I don't care if the manufacturer messed something up. None of that. So it's like you really got to know how to handle that type of stuff. And like if something do happen, how to convey that to your customers or people that's waiting on you. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So like behind the scenes, this is very challenging. Like I think I'm gonna start doing behind the scenes content so people can be like more observant to how hard people really be working. You feel me? Because it's not
Right.
just in clothing brands. I feel like with any business, like even with your podcast, like I ain't gonna lie, like it's so much work you gotta put in behind it. Like you feel me? And people might just
Definitely.
see it and be like, oh, like But that's why I had to compliment like your work ethic because I'm like I know it's just not as easy as people may think it is.
Absolutely. Like getting into the entrepreneurship mindset was a hard knowing like, okay, this is my name on it, everything on me.
Um, it wasn't really hard to know that. I kind of came into it and was already telling myself like, all right, this gonna be you. Like, you're gonna be the entrepreneur and the owner. Like, your name gonna be on this stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? It really was just like you got to get done for real. So that's kind of how. Well, I kind of always had the entrepreneurship mindset. I always said like I was gonna be my own boss. Like, you feel me? I
Mhm.
I always said that. So I mean, it really wasn't shocking to me for real. I was already ready for it.
Taking chances into like your adult life, what do you think that's gonna look like being your own boss and stuff?
Amazing. Going into my adult life, I think that it's going. Well, I know that it's gonna be very amazing. Like, people. But I'm 18 now, so that's technically being an adult. So I mean, people still supporting me like heavily. Even though I'm at college, especially when I come back to the city, the city love is very great. College love is great too. But it's like a new environment. People don't know me as much as here. So yeah, amazing being on the trenches in adult life.
What did that switch from like coming from cast, like having that overwhelming support go into a whole new environment?
I kind of like talking to my team. The COO of Trenches is Kaden. That's like my best friend, and we was already just talking, and I was telling him like, I'm like, bro, like I'm going to Michigan State. Like nobody, like I ain't gonna say nobody, because people from Cass still went there, and people who knew me, because people know about Trenches, but I was like, it's gonna be basically like starting over again. You feel me? Like having to get
Hmm.
people to know you and like see what kind of person you are. So really going up there, like the transition from Cass, it was like it's smooth now because I feel like most of like I ain't gonna say most of it because Michigan State big, but like people know me now. Like I get love
Hmm.
like up there. But when I first got there, it was like I didn't even really talk about trenches that much. I really just wanted to build genuine connections with people. You feel me? So
Hmm.
like that's what I told Kaden I was gonna do. I'm like, I'm gonna go up to the state, just be myself, and then you know what I'm saying, build some genuine connections. And they found out that I own trenches, so they was just like, oh my god, like that's amazing, like. And I'm a freshman too, so like I was making sure that I was like in rooms with older students, you feel me? Because
Right.
they've been there like longer. And I always believe in like asking people questions or people who did something before you, because you can gain so much experience off of just asking certain questions, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I made sure that I have built like a nice like support system up there so far, for sure.
From starting your own business and basically already starting your career, why did you feel it's still important to go to college?
I feel like it was so important to go to college because I always want to gain more information first off, you feel me? And then second off, like I was like, I want to be able to say once I get my degree, I can run somebody else's business and
Mm,
mine is just being ran like very fluently, you feel me? So it's
right.
like I could tell you like I can run your business for you, because I love business, I got a passion for business. So that's what really made me go into college too. And then also the network, like a college network, you meet so many people, like it's like I ain't gonna lie, it's just amazing. So I'm like, I can really spread my brand and take it to another level by going to college, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really like why I went to college for real.
Earlier in February, you had the chance to meet Carolyn Clifford, the news anchor. What was that like experience like with her
Mhm.
interviewing you? Did you feel like, dang, this moment where I actually feel like I'm doing something?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like the whole news like situation was insane in itself. Like I had told Miss Flip about my brand, and she was like, the next day the news gonna be here, so just be ready. So once it was the next day, I had to just make sure I was ready. And when it was time to like get interviewed and Carolyn Clifford started talking to me, it was really like she told me like don't be nervous, you feel me? Because like I was nervous to show. Cause I'm like I ain't never been on the news or that. You feel me? Like this is like a first like real big major step.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, she really made me feel like I was having a conversation with Auntie though. And then she supported me even after that. She bought a hoodie off me that I had like there. But she was
Mm.
like, I just want to support you. So I definitely want to say thank you and shout out to Carolyn Clifford. That's she showed me a lot of love
You've
for
had a
sure.
chance to meet like a lot of local celebrities, a lot of people, in the
Yeah.
media. What is that experience like? How do you like network and get that?
How do I? Okay, so that experience is very amazing. I use the word amazing a lot because I feel like it's a great word, but that experience was amazing. Like the experiences when you meet them is amazing because it's like you meeting people that other people want to meet, and then on top of having a brand and they show love, like
Mm,
it just make you feel a different type of way. You feel me? Like people really rock with me, and the way I do it is really like I'm never scared to like talk to nobody or reach out to nobody because you never know what somebody like might have in store for you. You feel me?
mm,
So it's like even with not rappers, like it could just be with a casual person, you feel me? Where like I don't know, it'd be politicians, like that's an example, like politicians or anything. I always want to pitch my brand because you never know what opportunities they have. So like with the rappers, before I started Trenches, I had knew Tay B, Babyface Ray, uh Baby Money. I had knew some of them already before I even started Trenches. And the way I gained my connection with them is mostly through we was playing the game a lot, and then we just end up like taking it to a real life, like you feel me, type
yeah.
of like relationship with them. So it's like when I first met Skilla, I didn't even know who Skilla. I knew who Skilla was, but I didn't know him personally. That's what I was about to say. I didn't know him personally,
Hmm.
but Tay knew me, so Tay kind of told Skilla like that's my boy. You feel me? And Skilla was
Right.
like, oh, it's up there. Like I'm gonna show you some love for sure, and he did. So I mean, I really just get those opportunities by just talking for real and making myself put myself out there. That's all you got to do for real. That I ain't gonna lie, I'll say that's some advice right there. Just talk. You know what I'm saying? Network because you never know where somebody can take you to for sure.
Did you ever think that trenches would get this big?
Um, I'm gonna say yes, but not this quick. Like I only been doing
Mm,
it for a year, and people be like, "You like been doing it for 5 years, or like three, two." But it's like I put in so many hours to like really make that. You feel me? But I didn't. I would like. I wouldn't have said like it would have been this big this fast. Like thank God
mm.
for real, for real. Like, you feel me? That's amazing.
What's some things that you've learned so far just in a short year?
In a short year, some things that I learned a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I learned to be patient.
Mm,
Number one. Number two, I learned like a lot of discipline. You feel me? Like
mm,
a lot of discipline. Cause you your own boss. It's not nobody over you. You feel me? I learned a lot of discipline. Um, Let me think. It's a lot. You want me to just keep naming stuff? I can name like a whole list. Or you
Absolutely.
want me to just do like three? Oh, you want okay, a whole list? Okay. So I learned discipline. I learned how to stay patient.
Mhm.
I learned to not dwell when stuff happens, like to stay positive. You feel me?
Mhm.
I learned that. I already knew like to be humble, so like that's kind of why I like to be humble now. But it took my humbleness like up some more because it was like I'm doing something, but at the same time it's like I don't know, I don't feel like I accomplished my true goal. You feel me? I want to grow
Mhm.
the trenches movement like insane. So it's really just teaching me like to keep going and keep pushing more. Um, what else have I learned? I've learned how to network amazingly. Like I learned how to really pitch more. Like I've done pitch competitions. Um, what else have I learned? Um, I don't know. It's a lot. I learned a lot. I can't even like describe everything I've learned for real. For real, it is just a lot.
How you think MSU is
For
gonna
real.
like help you continue to learn, whether it be about your brand, about yourself, or just in general about the community?
MSU is going to contribute to it has contributed to some of the things that I learned, like staying patient. That's what like when I got to Michigan State, that's what it was really teaching me because it's like you're not gonna come out the gate and just start making sales. You feel me? And just think people
Right.
gonna just start messing with you. It's like I had to stay patient and build up my relationship with people first. You feel me? So it's
Absolutely.
like stay patient for sure. No cap. That's that. I think that Michigan State is going to teach me a lot. Like, you really is like you on your own now. Like, you know. So it really increased my discipline some more as well, and it continues to just teach me stuff. You learn something new every day. Like,
Mm.
you know. So yeah, Michigan State. I think that it's going to help me just become a better person overall. Like, you know,
What's your major?
business.
You ever feel like when your professor's talking like, "Oh, I've already done this," or was it like that at the beginning?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It was like that a few times. But still, they add certain stuff that you didn't know. Like,
Mm.
I already know some of this stuff. Like, I was doing my own research, but they add something, and they be like, oh, I didn't know that. You feel me? So it's
Hmm.
like, yeah, it's like a here and there
So
for
if you
sure.
weren't pursuing like the business route, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't pursuing the business route,
Hmm.
I'd probably be doing real estate right now. For real, I'm in the process of getting my real estate license right now. So I'd probably be doing real estate. I don't know. Price like going to college for sure. Real estate. I probably honestly let me see. Without business, I'm about to say I'll start another business. I would without business. I don't know. I just love business so much. I, like I have to say that for real. I ain't gonna say I don't know, but I know that would be in that type of
Hmm.
type of plan. But for sure, yeah,
I think in our generation, like entrepreneurship is getting really like popular. A lot of people, opening brands. How do you feel about
yeah.
that? Like people not necessarily competing, but like doing a lot of what you're doing.
Yeah, I feel like they doing their thing, and I want to see everybody like succeed and win. Like when I see newer brands, like especially when they take it serious,
Mm.
like I had to start my brand up from nothing. So it's like I always love seeing stuff like that. People reach out to me, they be like, like how can I start my brand or can you help me? And I help them every time. You feel me? Like especially if I'm not busy, like I always try to extend my hand out to help because it's like I don't look at other brands or other entrepreneurs as competition. I always see it as like an opportunity for us to work together or just even teach each other. Like you don't even have to work with somebody like collab or nothing like that. Just spreading information. Like when I got to state, it was some brands already up there. Shout out Mondo, shout out Dallas. Uh yeah, it's some more, but it was already brands that was up at state. So I'm like like let's talk to them. Let me pick their mind. Like how is it being a college student? And you know what I'm saying? And then they pick my mind. Like oh you younger than me. Like how are you doing this? It'd just be
Hmm.
great conversation. So I feel like to the people that's out there starting their own business, doing their own brand, like I support it 100%.
What advice would you give to any of the up and coming entrepreneurs listening?
And advice I would give to any of the up and coming entrepreneurs listening, I would definitely say stay in your lane. You feel me? Like stay focused for sure. If somebody tell you that you can't do something, don't listen to them. You feel me? Always do like I always say, if you tell somebody your vision, right, and they tell you like, no, like that's like, no, like what you talking about? You don't listen to that person because it's not meant for them to see your vision. You feel me? You know
Mm.
what your vision is. You see it. God knows what your vision is. You know, God see it. So that's all you need right there. So I say like you just keep on grinding. You know, if they don't see the vision at first, they see it after all once the success comes. So I say that for sure. I say, let me see, entrepreneurs coming up. I say make sure you open up different bank accounts and have your money in different places for sure. I would say that so you won't be mixing your personal money in with your business money. I would say that. Um, Let me think. I'm trying to give them great advice right now. Entrepreneurs coming up, really just work on your craft every day. Like it's not a day
Mhm.
that go by where I don't do something for trenches. Even if it's a conversation, like even when you reached out and it's like, hey, you know, that's still doing something. So like no matter what it is, every day try to work on your craft and try to like enhance it more. I would say that for sure. Stay positive. Like every day is not gonna be easy. Every day not gonna be good. You might make $0 one day, the next day make a million. You feel me? That's how my mindset is in it. So it's like, yeah. I'll also say um be in it for the passion of your
Mm.
business. I feel like that's really what's gonna take you to a whole nother level. If you're in the business for money, you're gonna find yourself just doing stuff for money instead of the passion. You feel me? Like trenches, like anybody will tell you, like I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it to build a movement. You feel me?
Mm.
So it's like yeah, I could raise my prices to some crazy numbers, but would that help my real goal? Like you know, like that's why I said like you do it for the passion that's in it. Like it's a whole deeper meaning behind trenches to me. You know, I like yeah. Like of course you want to make your money though. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't make no money, but like just don't let that be what you're moving off of. Like don't let that
Mm.
be why you're doing it. You gotta have a passion for your business if you really want it to go far. And I would say the clothing brand owners make a meaning behind your brand. Like I would definitely say that. That's what helped trenches so much. Like when people ask like how do you like network and what make people so fascinated, it's just my elevator pitch. Like I say, I'm the owner of a clothing brand called Trenches. No matter where you come from or what you go through in life, it's persevere to the next level is the meaning behind it. You feel me? And
Yeah.
they'll just hear that, and it's so nice, quick, and simple. You feel me? And I always got it on for real. So I'll be like, you know, this is my brand right here, you know. So it's like you want to be able to tell somebody a purpose behind what you got because you could just show anybody clothes, but they might not like your design. You can have the worst design on the world, but if they like the purpose behind it, they'll still buy it. You feel me? So
Hmm.
I would say that like make a meaning behind like what you're doing for real.
So now one of the questions that I ask each and every one of my guests, in a world full of a lot of people and big ideas, when did you realize that the world was smaller than you thought?
When did I realize the world was smaller than I thought?
Hmm.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I realize it more and more each day, literally. I feel like the way it is because once you start networking so much and rubbing so much elbows, I say at that point when I started like I want to say my senior year around when I got on the news, like the world really seen like people really seen me. You feel me? And they knew who I was. Like I'd be like out shopping, they be like, "You was on the news, were you?" And it's like, "Oh, you feel me?" Or
Right.
somebody be like, "Do you know this person?" Like I know them, you know. And
Mm.
then like people was telling me like we was talking about on the pod on a different podcast last time. It was like when you see trenches, you know it's dang near a family member or somebody who
Mm.
knows like Meech or about his business. So it's like, man, the world just gets smaller and smaller each every day to me.
Absolutely.
For real.
Is any of the last words or shout outs you want to give?
Shout out to the trenches team. Shout out to all my supporters. Um, Shout out to all the young entrepreneurs. Shout out to all the people that's going through something and people don't know that you're going through something and you still going. Shout out to them people for sure. Shout out God for sure, for sure, for sure. Wouldn't have been able to do none of this without God. Um, yeah. Shout out my people. Shout out the trenches.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We gotta give a shout out to Trenches and everybody, who always loves and support, especially CT, the favorite community. Well, there you have it, the inside scoop on being an entrepreneur and student all at the same time. What it looks like to build a brand from the beginning and pave the way for a name to be on top. Thank you guys so much for listening. And again, a special thank you to our guests. See you guys next week.